you gotten any other jobs since then there?
Like background stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked on several more things.
Okay. Maybe we can disclose it, but who knows? I don't know.
It's true.
No idea.
Yeah, they technically don't really like you talking about them, but you know, there's been a couple of things.
We can go through the surface.
It.
Yeah, through the surface. Yeah.
Well, there's one in particular that I did post about because like I was pretty like featured in the frame.
Oh,
this
really?
was like very, very beginning of me doing any background work.
Oh, but
so,
it was
like,
before the one we met at.
Before the one we met
at.
Yeah, this was like one of my first ones way back when. And I did post about it, and I put a bunch of pictures about
no one cared. Yeah.
No, my face was right there with everyone. It was like I shared the screen with everybody. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that was fun.
And do like, what was your experience like when you first started? Did you wear like, were you like, because for me at least, I got like a reality check when I first started Central Casting. I was like, we're changing in tents, we're like peasants here. Then I started like getting used to that idea, so I was always like, that's what more word do I want? Like, do I want like a whole,
like, what am I talking about?
Yeah, do I want a mansion to change in? That I feel like that's the usual thing now that I'm used to more sets and stuff.
Yeah.
Like changing in a tent. What more can you ask for? But what was did you get like a reality check in that sense?
I mean, so growing up doing theater, I guess I would say like the changing aspect and the hurry up and wait aspect was pretty typical.
Yeah.
That wasn't much of a shock. It was more like learning the lingo of a working set. Like recognizing who to pay attention to, who was your point of contact, like all the PAs, and you know, all of a sudden learning about like, okay, so like when this dolly with the camera's moving in, like make sure you step out of the way. But like you have to, you know, it's like more technical aspects were kind of different. Definitely different than working in theater, because in theater you don't have to worry about that because you're just you're performing live, there are no cuts, versus when you're in film and TV, you have to replicate everything like 4 to 5 times.
Did it surprise you like how long they took on every shot?
It takes a long time. I was really shocked.
Yeah, because I knew they took shots like multiple times, but I wasn't expecting like spending an entire day in a 1 minute scene or something.
Yeah, that was a shock for me. And doing anything in a crowd where like you're miming anything.
Oh,
like, when
yeah,
you're not supposed to talk.
Yeah.
Or like clapping, but it's like fake clapping.
Yeah.
Now I watch movies and TV shows, and I'm like, I see it.
I see it.
You're like, I know
you're
that
not
this
doing
is.
it right. You're not making me believe it.
Yeah, more like that stuff.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, but
I mean, in terms of like seeing celebrities or seeing people that like we watch on TV, internally, I think I definitely still get starstruck, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like, if I know it's a show that I really like that I'm going to work on,
and
I'm like,
you know
oh
the
my
actor,
gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But, you know, I worked a big film a little while ago, maybe like 2 summers ago, with a really prominent actor, and we were there for really, really late, and he was like standing as close as you're sitting to me, and just it's there, and then suddenly it's gone, because you realize they're just real people too, and like seeing people go through the food buffet line is a real like, oh, that's just a person, or like someone sneezing, and like it's just everybody's just,
it's like they're normal people. They're not
like
aliens.
Yeah.
Although, you know what, I have to disagree softly on that, because I feel like I've gotten kind of let down by
That's
sometimes.
a true thing too. That does happen. I haven't had any horror stories necessarily yet,
no,
but I've heard some people like
crushed. Me neither. But that's because I'm always advised to like stay away from them and like stay and they stay out, like kind of like still stay in their world. Like
they keep to themselves.
Yeah, and I also like, I wouldn't expect like a big A-lister to start talking to anyone. Like who am I? I'm no one. but it definitely was like a shock, like an actual shock, like in a sense of like, this is a reality check. This is like this is you. You're here. They are the here, and it's fine. That's fine. It's not. That's the truth, and you gotta accept it. It's not. You're not gonna. Because at first I was like, when I started doing background work, I was like so sure that like it was gonna bring me more like networks, and I mean I've had networks like
you
right,
meet
this
a
is
lot of people.
Yeah, this is the product of networking from that.
Yeah.
But it's not like what you dream of, like oh, you look just like what I need from a producer. Like that's
people
not
don't,
gonna
like,
happen. Yeah.
Unless in rare instances.
Yeah, that's like a 0.0001%, and I feel like maybe they sold it to me like like if you work hard they're gonna notice, but like honestly they don't really care. So if anyone starts doing background, I don't recommend getting your expectations really high.
Yeah, don't set your expectations too high. Honestly, I think it's great for young actors or like fresh people who haven't had much either theater or set experience, because you do get sort of a safe space to like trial and error and learn things. Because if I say I had never done any background before, I had never worked on a TV show or a film set before, and if all of a sudden I had like a supporting part or a lead part and walked onto set one day like super fresh, not knowing anything, I would feel like, oh, I am like way out of my league. And it almost
you're treading on eggshells.
I'd be like, I don't know where to go. I don't know who to talk to. Like, I don't even know how to fill out like the information on the call sheet. Like now, when that happens,
you're a little more
like,
prepared.
I know who I'm going to be meeting first with. I know where the director's going to be sitting. The second AD is going to be talking to me, and I know how to get mic'd up and whatnot. So those sort of things are definitely helpful.
Yeah, because when you first go to a background job or any kind of job, and like any kind of acting job, even if it's like such a low pressure or like no pressure at all, you still feel like you're treading on eggshells. So it's way better to feel, because I feel like that's inevitably going to happen in your first job. So
there's so many things to be nervous about on your first like big job.
And even if it's small, that's what I'm saying. So it's better for it to be a small job, the first one, than the first couple of ones. So that's a great practice, I guess. Although I've met a lot of people who are not even in the industry, and they're doing that. Like, I was surprised. That's another surprising shock that I got. Like, how many background people
just do it for fun.
Or because they need money, which is valid.
That's true too.
Like,
I feel like I would do that. I know someone who does background like just because they like movies. And I'm like, if I wasn't even in this industry, I totally would like want to do that. You know, like
I'm surprised how there's, from what I've seen at least, not like they still work really, and they know the lingo still, like they've done it for a long time. But I would be surprised, because like in my brain, before coming to background jobs, I would imagine that like people who are not in the industry are just there to like mess around, or they mess around much more, which is not the case. I was surprised that they were very professional, everyone, even if they're like not in the industry, even if they're old,
I would agree
young.
with you. There's only been a couple of times really where I've had like a weird reaction. I'm like, okay, you gotta like leave everybody alone. You gotta like walk over there.
Oh,
like,
now I remember. I remember.
I forgot. I wasn't even talking about that. I was thinking of a different.
I had forgotten about. I don't know if we should say it, but it's basically we experienced that probably on the set we met. Which is funny, because I was just saying that I don't see unprofessionalism much in sets. I mean, it's but like, maybe there's one every set that maybe you get to interact with, maybe you don't, but they're always there, maybe.
I think sometimes you just have people who aren't as aware of the etiquette, which, like, okay, I get that. Like, there's learning. Like, volume of, like, loudness and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
maybe in between takes, like we shouldn't really be projecting our voices or
Right.
shouting or like
Or moving
asking
around,
tons of questions.
or
I'm
walking
like,
off. Yeah.
Most of the time when I go to work, I just kind of want to stick in my bubble. I want to do what I'm told to do. I want to make a good impression because you
Yeah.
also never know who
Yeah,
you see again.
it's true. There's a 0.01% chance that they care about you and they wanna like hire you for something else, but there's still a 0.01% chance. Like they're still looking. I've heard a lot that they're still like they're still, even if you think that they're not like they
You're
don't
always
care,
being watched,
they're always
promise.
being watched. Yeah.
I know people who have been, or I've heard stories from people who have been like asked to leave.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
in the middle of the day. People get asked to leave all the time because you're either not doing your work, you're not following directions, you're being loud, or like, you know, it does happen because it is, I think people forget it's still a professional workplace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
it's
it
fun
gets,
and it's cool,
yeah, it gets,
but,
people, I get that sometimes it gets like confusing because it's really, it's a different type of workplace.
Yeah.
But it's still a workplace at the end of the day.
It is, yeah.
So yeah. It's funny because like, I've forgotten about this individual. But, and well, hopefully he's doing fine.
I hope so too.
He's doing fine, I hope.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, you just be kind to people. Like that's the golden rule. Be kind, be quiet, you know, like if something's wrong and happening, like stand up and say something. If there's a safety issue, like be vocal about it. But if you're just talking about the sports teams of the weekend and stuff, like
I think it was pretty, like it was much more than that. What he was starting to talk about whatever. I don't even know. I don't remember. But you know. Whatever. Yeah. I get it. Also, there's the thing that like it's pretty hard to like know the lines sometimes. Like for example, you say like you stay on your
like your mark and stuff.
Lane. You stay on your lane, right?
Yeah, stay in your lane.
But we still like interacted, right?
Yeah.
So like it's sometimes I get it, and what I mean is that it's hard sometimes people maybe this individual saw us interacting and so that we were like
having a conversation,
like open to having conversations, and that's what I mean. Like sometimes it's I get it to some probably Tylenol Americans. That's a joke. Some people don't know where the line is. Yeah. And it's normal.
Yeah. It happens really easily too because like, you know, just trying to be kind and be like, oh, okay,
yes. You know the other person's boundaries too.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like maybe, yeah. It's hard to. That's like an actual like socialization issue that it's like. Yeah. So big nowadays, more with social media and like people getting so like glued to their phone and stuff that we know generations that go, like our generation knows how to talk, but not as much as like older generations, and like younger generations are always stuck to their iPads and stuff. So I guess that's also an issue that's like why maybe some people don't know how to behave themselves on set, or sometimes come up as like weird on set.
I also just don't like getting called out, you know? Like, I've definitely had times where there's a group of people on set that are being loud. Yeah. Or, like, just not... You can have a conversation, but just, like, at a low temp. And they're like, guys, talk amongst yourselves, but, like, keep it down. Like, I don't ever want to get called out for, like, pushing that bar, you know? That's not fun.
My first set, I do have to say that I did get called out, but I was talking about what I was asking a question of. It's always me asking questions that I get called out for asking questions. But I was like asking someone like, "What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do in this moment, like in this set?" Yeah. And they didn't get it. Well, I was like, "What?" Because I was like, I don't know the lingo yet, you know. Yeah. And so a guy was like, "Guys, shh
Yeah.
or something, or someone else was speaking, and then I get
Yeah.
getting called out.
It's hard because the moment they say action and those cameras start moving and sound is rolling and everything, like you can freeze
Yeah.
pretty easily because all these people seem to know where they're going.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where you're going, it's crazy. And there's no
Yeah.
stopping it. I had a time once when I had one PA tell me to do one thing, and then a different PA came and told me to do something else. But it was in a matter of like 5 seconds. So we were moving really fast. It was really cold outside, and I was like, I don't know who I'm supposed to listen to right now.
Yeah.
And before I could
Yeah.
get the clarification,
Yeah.
they were like, okay, go.
Yeah.
And that resulted in when the camera started moving in somewhere, I did what the second guy told me to do because I thought
it was the latest
that must be
one.
the most accurate
Yeah,
information.
the latest one. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I feel someone's hands on my hips,
Oh.
and I am being pulled by a camera operator out of the way
Oh.
of a camera, and I just was.
I was just getting so
That's how
nervous.
I felt.
Yeah.
I was so horrified. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that
Yeah,
big
it
of a deal.
didn't matter.
Like
but,
it was fine. I wasn't in the way,
yeah.
but
But in the moment.
in that moment,
feel like
I
they're
was
gonna
like,
kick
I'm
you
never
out.
working again.
Yeah.
I'm getting blacklisted. This is the end of the
Yeah.
world. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, if you step one more way this way, you're gonna like get bumped
Yeah.
into. you
No,
know?
but I feel that like I was like, because I feel like definitely that's happened to me and
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's really not the end of the world.
Yeah,
Like, they just.
but it gets ingrained in your
It
body.
does.
Like whenever someone touches you again, you just feel like
Yeah.
it's a camera operator.
And
or
I
something.
definitely wasn't expecting it, so I was like, who's
Yeah.
touching me?
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
Am I part of the shot now?
Am I part of this?
Am
No,
I the
yeah.
character now?
So, yeah, it just comes with learning, trial and error. You got to be nice to yourself. Like,
yeah.
If,
Yeah, I
if people
agree.
see you're trying,
Same
it's
with
not a big deal.
same with the people who, aka this guy, the people who don't like, who act a little awkward on sets and
Yeah.
like with conversations, like it's trial error and error.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like sometimes like experience is the best teacher on how to
Yeah.
conduct yourself with people, socializing in general.
yeah.
And maybe it was his first experience interacting with anyone,
Yeah.
which is a weird thing to say, but maybe some people need more trials and
Yeah.
more errors to learn.
You
how
know,
to-
we were also in a very public space.
That too. That
so
gave
that
us
didn't
a different
help
energy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very different energy. We had like regular people walking through the set,
Right,
not
because it was
knowing.
like
it was a public space.
Yes, yes.
Where they had blocked off some space, but not all of it,
Yeah.
and like they couldn't legally block everything off.
Right.
So you just did your best.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I get it. But I do find it interesting because I do feel that sometimes I'm really awkward with conversation and with interacting with people. But that's why I'm so surprised because with you, like, maybe it's because they put us together to walk, and that's why
Yeah.
we started talking.
Because then we walked like over
Yeah,
and over
and
and
it like
over.
it comes out naturally. But that's
Yeah.
the important thing. Like
Yeah.
maybe I'm not the one to give psychological social advice in cues, like because I'm not the best at that, but I do think that a conclusion that I've come, because I always like to give myself conclusions, like
Yeah.
okay, I've learned all this from all these moments. Okay, what's the conclusion? Okay, the conclusion I feel for how to socialize, which is such a like
Yeah.
autistic thing, which I'm not, but like it feels autistic. Is to basically maybe just trial and error, and for it to come naturally. Like
Yeah.
like because maybe this other person was like forcing it
Yeah.
when
they
he
were
wasn't
trying too hard.
in the path that we were doing over and over
Yeah.
again. So if you just trust your gut, you can speak to other people.
That's our lesson of the day.
That's the lesson of
Yeah.
the day.